Welcome to Showmance, the #1 show on YouTube doing deep dives on shows with no depth. And tonight we are here to drop things and to cover episode Trace of In the City. So, I feel like things are happening.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah, I'm here for this show.
Yeah.
Mike hates it.
I don't hate it. I love it. I'm planning Courtney and Kenny's wedding. It's going to be lovely. There's going to be lots of crystals. Change your vibe, change your life or whatever. I feel like that's something you've said multiple times.
Yes. Well, mine is more change your socks, change your life. But yes.
Same. I felt it. When he said that, I was like, oh, I see where this is going. I don't think their relationship's going to work out. That's my other hot take for tonight. Cause
I said it last week.
Yeah.
And Natalie and
I didn't know that you guys were going to fall in love over crystals. So that's a totally different thing.
Listen, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Kenny is very handsome. There's things about him that, like I said, when he came on the show, came on the scene at first, I was like, oh, okay, he's hot, he's interesting. He does really well for himself. This is exciting. Could have a great character, but he's doing stuff that's not making me like him. And I'm doubling down this week. I'm doubling down.
Lindsay.
I know everyone agreed with Mike. I don't care. This episode made me even feel more.
Listen, in your defense, everyone didn't. There was like maybe one or two people.
Do you see what we have to live with when you people do this? And I'm going to say
agree.
you people because you've given us Mark.
What?
I'm just excited for Mark to get his very own Craig.
Oh, I did that. He's my new Craig.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm sure.
I love that.
And I said it last week. He's giving, whatever, like, what's the guy? Those finance bro. He's giving finance bro douchey vibes. Like I said that. Like, so I'm ready for him at any second to just annihilate my pedestal that I've put him on.
But you got to stick with it though.
No,
you can't be a pussy about it.
No, I don't,
that's
because
the rules.
I don't, because I originated the theory that with these shows, no matter how much you love them, you're going to hate them, and no matter how much you hate them, you're going to love them one day. So
now I'm in my conviction era.
It's my two truths.
I saw Craig again on a dating app today.
Craig come over.
He's still out there looking for love, you guys.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That is crazy, because like supposedly he's like the best boyfriend ever.
And he's picky.
But just can't seem to get anyone.
Don't start with
to
that because
love
I'm
him.
single and I am the best girlfriend ever.
Yeah, you're different though. You're not like a liar and a psychopath. Like
That should
you
make me
just live
even
in
more.
LA. That's your problem. Your pool is not of your quality.
No. I like my pool.
I
1
need to
minute away.
address it.
Pinkberry's 1 minute away, everybody.
Wait, what?
Pinkberry is
coming.
1 minute away.
Oh, okay, great.
What do you have to address?
I just need to address this thing with the comments. Like I have never seen. There is no divide. It's not even a 70-30.
No.
It's 98% pro Kenny, 1% Mary Ayaka.
I see you, girl.
Yeah. and then the other like remaining 1% is people that are like, the Lindsay and Kenny, same people. They deserve each other.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like that's the best of it, you know? And I am a big proponent of like 10 million fans can't be wrong. Like if everyone's telling you you're dead, what do you say? What's the thing?
It's time to lie down.
Yeah, lie down. I'm not like
Me either.
I went back and watched again. I went and listened to Crappens because I hadn't listened to them before. They're basically, I could say that we are basically could just hand each other our own scripts and it would read the same. Wait, what? Oh, and I would probably say to people what Lindsay said to Whitney. Good luck. Like I wish you all to find a Kenny of your own, and I hope that goes well. Like
No, I've doubled down on my opinion from last week.
Yeah.
I really have. And I like it. I like being the underdog. I like the discourse.
Yeah.
And I really feel that everyone's going to be like mid-season, they're going to say, oh, Court, Nat, you saw something we didn't see. And we agree with you now. And even if they don't, I'm okay with it. I choose my choice.
I am too. And Kenny did pretty much had the same episode this week that he did last week. So he's consistent.
I actually thought he was worse this week.
I mean, he was worse because he got dumber this week. So that was a bummer.
I think I just swap worse and dumber with funnier. much
Yeah,
funnier.
laughing at you,
No,
not with
funnier.
you.
Are you on glue?
Listen, I could
When's
say
the
a lot
last
of
time
nice-
someone said, "Are you on glue?" and it hit that hard? Are you on glue?
That went over like a lead
was-
balloon.
Oh,
That
I
was
rewound
so-
it multiple
No,
times and had
that's
quite
a
a nice
guy-
giggle about it.
This is so funny to me because all you like, I thought that everybody was, sort of had heard the joke of like, what's the best thing to do when a woman is upset? Tell her she's crazy. Like that's what that was. Like she had him, and then he was just like, wow, I can't, are you guys catching this? Like that was all he could say to what she was saying. And so it's not only not a good comeback, it's like, oh, there you are. So I don't even care what you're saying anymore. So,
Well, shall we top of the pops it so we can get into that scene eventually?
yeah.
Okay. So we start off with Ciara, West, and Amanda going for lunch. Ciara and West meet up with Amanda in front of her new building, and we all noticed the hug and kiss he gave her. Right? Anyone? Yes.
Oh, yeah. We've seen this before
Yes.
a million times in the trailer. What they did not include in the trailer was that Ciara was there, unless I missed it. Like, I don't think she was in that frame.
Well, she like during lunch, she was at the table or whatever.
No, she went with West to get Amanda at Amanda's new place. And spare me the bit, West, of like, where are we? I don't
That
know
was the
where.
worst acting I've ever seen when she
Yeah.
was like,
horrible.
I'm going to move in here. He was like,
What?
yeah, thank you.
And how do you feel? You feel strong?
This building right here that seems to be under construction.
Yeah.
I've never seen this
Construction?
before in
May
my
I
life.
Yeah.
peek through a hole.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that West for sure not doing acting. Like
At all.
maybe some other stuff, not acting.
Not even close.
I'm pulling the timeout.
Oh yeah. Okay, so right before they sit down for lunch, Amanda gets applauded for filling out her own application. Like, you're 34 years old. You should fill out your own application for the apartment. Did that not hit anybody as
I
like,
don't even think I heard it.
oh yeah, Ciara's like, did you do it all by yourself? And Amanda's like, I did. And they were like, yay, Amanda.
Even Ciara knows she's freaking an idiot. And B, I'm having a moment that you had the other day during Southern Hospitality. We shot the finale last night, right? Yesterday?
The reunion or the finale app?
The finale episode. And Natalie, by the time she was like, I can't. These kids are too young. I can't be talking shit about these kids. It's too weird. Like they're just doing dumb kid stuff, and we're talking about it and deep diving it. But it's all lies and dumb, fake, whatever.
Oh, but it's not like Next Gen is totally real. I think this show is like, and this is reminding me of like The Hills.
It could very well be scripted. But yeah, I'm having that same moment of like, I can't talk about this 14-year-old who just got emancipated from her parents and her husband and is like leaving like.
Oh, now I get it. I'm like,
Yeah, no, I like she just twat face. B, she comes on, I go out, and C, I'm now in that mode of like, oh, you're just an emotional aunt, and I don't even want to talk about you anymore.
Well, we have to because she's on this show.
when they keep playing these flashbacks from Summer House, like, oh God, Ciara is obviously my best friend of 3 years now, obsessed with this woman. And just even the way that she's just talking, it's just so like, it's funny because when you see how she talks now, like it is so night and day. Like she is believing all of her own bullshit and has no idea. I say this every time because it gobsmacks me every
When you
time.
say how she's speaking now, meaning like at the reunion.
At the reunion, when they do her current day confessional here, like it is just so like she has such a attitude now and before she was just like, oh, I mean, obsessed with her. Like Ciara and I will never fight ever. Like just
This is emotional CS fight.
yeah. Like all those flashbacks that they're sending, that they're putting in. I just want to say, like, you can use that space for something else. Like you don't even need it. Like that. All we have in our heads, rent free, is all those moments between her and West. Like when I see them now, I'm like, stop! I can't look at it again. It's already like like before I go to sleep. It's like it's like I don't have premium. I didn't buy the premium subscription. It's like somebody's bought ad space in my head.
Yeah.
So like I just want to bypass like watching old any like longing looks from those two.
Yeah.
Any stuff with Ciara. Like you don't even just save your time. You can put another fire engine and the two girls.
Yeah, exactly.
You can even use those scenes.
Give me
It's
Whitney,
fine.
Lexi, and the fire engines again.
Yeah. The other thing that I thought was so funny is when she's like, I've been checking your location, and they're like, oh, I totally forgot you have my location. I have your location. Like, it's like, and that's how this all started, was the first thing that Ciara saw was like, huh, like you should have nipped that in the bud a lot quicker than you did.
I missed a location conversation.
It was very quick in the beginning when Amanda was standing outside the building and she was waiting for them, and she was looking on her phone, and then they came walking up. And she goes, oh, she was like, I was just checking your location. And Ciara said, oh, I forgot you have, she goes, oh, that's right. You have my location.
Also, unfortunately for West, because West and Amanda both, if you watch them in that first scene, whether it's at the intro or at lunch, West and Amanda are so much more confident than they even were at Summer House. And they look, both of them, so much better. Like West's skin looks 10,000 times better because you're not dealing with like a ton of GoPro cameras, like not necessarily GoPros, but like just cameras that are just like not camera guys. You know, they're so much of the shit that we saw on Summer House was from a camera stuck somewhere that wasn't like being handheld by a person. I get that they were there as well, but like I would say over half of it was like just not good camera. And
you
so
think West and Amanda look better in
the city
than in Summer House?
Big time.
Oh, I gotta look. I didn't notice anything.
They look creamier, smoother. West specifically, because West just has a tendency to get red, you know? So like he's just like, it's a different, they probably are both like I said, they're walking with more confidence and they look better. And I think it's just funny that they both think that they're like really nailing this, and it's not.
Regardless of whether they're banging or not. Like Amanda, when she cuts to that interview, when it cuts back to like present time, and she's like, oh no, everyone's going to be singing that. It didn't happen. I was just super happy. In this moment, I was super happy. I've thought this a couple times, and I don't know if I've said it, but this scene specifically hit home for me that I wish she could have said it. It would have been so cool if she would have said it in her interview. If she would have just said, no, I wasn't. I thought about it, but Wes and I hadn't hooked up at this point. What was happening was I'd been planning this for a year and a half to leave Kyle. I set this whole thing up in motion a year ago. I'd planned out my whole season, my whole arc on the show this season, and I nailed it. And look at me now. I'm out. I got my own place. Oh, 6 months. It's going to be 6 months. She knew that there's no 6 months. We can't get a 6 month lease in New York.
No, she wasn't trying to get 6 months. It was 1 month.
No.
Yeah, she was trying to get a month.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, that's even more ridiculous.
What I'm saying.
She knew everything. It's why she won't let him have any conversation about her decisions about moving out. It's not her decision. You don't have to be not a discussion. You don't have to give your blessing. Oh well, I could only find a 1 year. Okay, well, you couldn't find a month. Well, I already signed it. Like she's not giving him any opportunity to debate it or to have any choice in the matter because she is no longer married. Yeah. This is not her husband. He has no say in her life anymore. She's checked the out, and she's now at that point where she's signed a lease and it's official. She's done it.
Yeah.
She's done it, and now, again, regardless of her and Wes, like it can start now. And so I think that's why she's so happy. I think that's why she looks better. I think that's probably why Wes looks better, is because the stress of all this is off of their shoulders or beginning to lift. So you think.
I think that Wes' confidence is coming from that he has finagled his way onto a new show and is like going to keep pursuing that and is going to be Amanda's friend or more so. Like somebody had a really great take, and like we were gonna do a West Side Scandal. Like we had planned just to do something 30, 40 minutes before we did this tonight. And then we had a little mishap here where a tiny bird found its way into my apartment. And I did not know that until my cat had already had its way with it. And it just took I had to redo my whole face. I had a whole bit where I was going to make fun of Whitney crying. I don't know if that's going to fly now when Courtney and Mike walked in here and I looked like Emmy from Southern Hospitality, which is black all down my face. Onward and upward. I'd like to alert the family. I can hear it outside still. That's the biggest bummer. But I wanted to pull up this one take that somebody had about how it looks very much like Amanda and West were kind of trying to clean up West's reputation over the summer and also show a lot of I'm really here for her. Because you know me, I believe that I believe that something happened at springtime of last year. I don't know if that continued on through the whole summer, but I feel like Amanda knew that she was going to move out and she wanted the runway kind of to be open for her to, what's the best way if we are going to do this? It's if we show this budding relationship, this friendship, this person was here for me. And all the hugs and all of the holding of the hand, oh, are you okay? Don't talk to Amanda that way. Brings the chair over. There was just so many of, and then also saying, I love Ciara so much, but I don't want to hurt her. And I'm not the guy. I'm not looking for a relationship. Now he totally botches it at that very last night because leave it to West to, of course, just botch it in the last 5 seconds. He didn't have to kiss her.
They did ear stuff.
And the ear stuff too. That's sacred.
That's a little bit of ear stuff.
The short and long and short of West can all be surmised in that moment in the reunion part 1 where he's like, it was just some ear stuff.
Yeah.
And Andy goes, ear stuff?
Yeah.
Did you just say ear stuff? And he goes, I believe so. You're such a little weenie.
Yeah.
Dude.
You thought that would be cute or something?
But also, I believe so. No, that you don't know. 2 seconds ago, you just said ear stuff. That's a pretty specific thing to say about your sexual encounter with this girl. You know that's what you just said. I don't understand why you have no... for a guy whose job is to be on reality TV, he's not a mime on the show. He's a talky character.
Yeah.
And to have a podcast, as those to be your 2, and probably influencer.
Yeah.
Your 3 jobs all have a massive vocal component to it. And
Not under pressure.
well, that's what I was just going to say. Anytime you have to be an adult and just answer a question, you can't do it. It's that's the short and long of West.
What's even more crazy, and I don't know about West's football career, but from what I understand, he wasn't sucky at football. He played in college and probably too small, but it's weird that you performed. You performed as a young kid playing football. You probably performed in high school, good enough to go to college, play football. You perform under pressure. Why can't you talk under pressure? You can't talk.
He really cannot.
You can do anything else. You can but you can't talk.
Nope.
When he talks about how he did at the reunion, he presents it as if that was his plan because he doesn't think that these are questions that are from people looking for an answer that is going to mean anything to them. He thinks that, he's partly right, but I don't think that's why you're doing it. I think that you freeze up, and I think that you never say anything right anyways. So now you can just say, I'm not going to give them anything because it's not like a dignified question. You're not looking for me to explain something. You're looking for me to say something so that you can then pounce and rip it to shreds and rip me to shreds. And so I'm not going to give you that.
How about
but
this?
I think that that's really convenient because I don't think he has it in him. I think that the first year he would have done differently if he could have. And now he knows that he can't do differently because he knows wow, I couldn't.
But how about this? Try it. Try me, West. Give me some truthful answer that isn't a gobbledygook, nothing burger. And we'll see if people pounce all over you. I'm not saying that won't happen, but we've never tried it.
I'll tell you this. The alternative, it's got them pouncing on you, buddy.
That's right.
So 50-50.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
They either are or they aren't, but they already are.
Right. to try the truth. Let's see how that fits, how that does you.
The thing about both of their reunion performance is that they are really holding on, and I think way more so Amanda, and Wes is just kind of following her lead on it. But I think that they are really holding on to like very specific things. Like I think that she thinks if people know when we started banging, then like no one will ever hear anything that I have to say again. Like that will be the thing. If you've got 5 things that you want none of us to know, you got to pick the least important one to you and give it to us. Because right now it's like this and this and this and this, like all these perfect little things. And oh my God, this came out of nowhere. I can't believe it. And we didn't nail until after the statement. Like
yet the photo or the video of you, like everything was PG up until that moment.
Yeah.
Yet the video that was taken of you was you in a very compromised sexual position.
Yeah.
That's not PG. Like the math isn't mathing anywhere.
Yeah. So like you have to give us one thing that's like at least like has some embarrassment factor in it. So like, you know, the people that aren't us, because I would see right through it already, but like most people wouldn't. Like just like not most people are dumb, but like audiences are just here to be entertained. Like they're probably doing their stuff. They're probably washing their dishes, folding their laundry. Like they're just not dissecting everything like we are, because that's our unpaid jobs. and so I just, if I were to give you some advice, I would just say like you have to offer up something so that people will be like, well, she told us that one thing, so like. That's crazy. Why would she do that? So, I mean, I would know why you were doing that, but like, it just like, that's the way to go, is like, say something that would make us think that like, no, that's a pretty honest thing to say. And then like, we might, you know, give you more
leeway elsewhere.
Yeah. Of the things that are also asinine, but I don't know, you got to pick one and give it up. Cause right now it's just like, you can't have everything. But she seems like the girl who, but daddy, I want it.
She's definitely that girl.
Yeah.
When they did do the flashback to present day, I was truly taken aback by how she looked.
Yeah.
It was obviously she is very stressed.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm never one to like go for somebody's looks. I'm not saying it in that respect. I'm saying like the stress of the situation was written all over her face.
Yeah.
Just even her energy. She looked physically changed.
Yeah. No, she was more gaunt. Which it's like in those situations, like she probably lost 5 or 10. I don't know if she could lose 10 pounds, but I mean, even 5 pounds on someone tiny like her, you know, like she just looked longer. She clear, like her eyes were just bigger. Like she was more like way more alert, where like before she was like relaxed. Even just like the way she was sitting, like I said, like Indian style, like on the, like just kind of like just relaxed into herself, you know? And then when it switches, she's like, her head's like at the very top. Like you'll see me going up and down in angles all the time, just depending on where we're at in the show and like if I'm really like pissed about something or if I'm just like kind of phoning it in or whatever. But like she was like so up straight that like her head was at the very top of the frame. And then her voice though, I'm sure it is stressed, but it's just pissed. Like that's what I get from it. She's so, okay, yeah, great. Sure, have at it. Have at me, you know, like... You want a piece, producer? You want a piece of this too? Great.
Line up. Who else wants some?
Yeah. I don't have the energy to fight it. Let's see what you get. Like it just is. And that's the gross part about you, Amanda. Like I have so much space for people who up. I really, truly do. But like, you gotta act like you're really, really sorry. And like, you just can't believe yourself. You just can't believe you have to deal with this. Like, those are two very different. I can't believe.
I can't believe I have to deal with the consequences of my own actions.
Yeah.
That's what it's giving.
Yeah. And answer for it.
Yeah. I don't think she thinks she did anything wrong.
No, she does. I mean, she thinks that it's minorly offensive. I don't know why it's such a big deal in her mind.
Yeah, it's like she thinks we're all children, that we can't understand adult relationships, you know? Like, that's what it seems like. She's like, I'm an adult. He's an adult. We're free to do what we want. Like, that's
I'm not married anymore.
Yeah.
He's not in a relationship. Him and Ciara dated for 4 months, 2 years ago. And it's like...
Did some ear stuff over the summer.
Right. And it's just boiling it down to such a simplistic view of all of it when really life is far more complicated than that. And for her to just try to dilute the situation so that she doesn't feel as bad is what I think is making everybody else just even more and more angry.
Can I just, not to linger on this ear stuff thing, but I am so curious. Why do you think he even said that?
Because he's an idiot.
But like all we saw was them making out. That's all we saw. Why would you, like, I don't, all I can come up with, if you guys really got nothing, like you haven't thought about this at all. Listen, most people don't. Because I didn't mean to like ask a question just so I could answer it. But I thought maybe you would. Okay. It seems like he was trying to, like, he thought that was kind of a joke. Like he thought it would lighten the mood or something.
Oh, see, if anything, I thought he thought it would minimize, like, oh, like a little ear nibble's not a makeout. Both of them are trying to downplay the severity of both of their actions. Yeah. Even when
we
said,
saw
like,
them make out, like that's the only clip that we have,
but
is
it
of them making out. So like,
But right before that, he gives her a little ear nibble.
Oh, I didn't even.
But it
see
wasn't
that.
like.
But he was also wasted. So like he probably didn't, like, they didn't make out. They had a couple smooches.
That's what I was gonna say. It wasn't like a full on heavy makeout session.
So like, shit, man. The kids these days, a smooch is probably ear stuff. If it started with ear stuff and just led to smooch, that's ear stuff. A makeout is like oral sex nowadays, I think.
Wow. So he just thought that it was like lightening the thing, but it's like to not realize that, like, to have as much history as they have and as much history the entire audience, the entire world has with them, to try to make light of what we saw with our own eyes on camera is just like, God, you must.
But it's not even that, to not realize it. Bro, all you've been saying all summer is that. You're the one telling us that.
Yeah.
That she's this and it's a big deal and you're not that guy and you got to be remembered and not be that guy. Telling everyone to stop pushing us, that you guys need to chill. It's because she's
I went
not
out of my way to say
for,
I'm not boyfriend material.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
doesn't
So
seem
he's
like
the
you
one
went out
that
of your way.
realized it and told and reminded all of us and made us all think like, oh, all right, bro, finally, yeah, that's what we wanted last year. Wes, like, all right, bro, now you're finally learning, you're growing.
Yeah.
Nope, he got us again.
Speaking of him telling us that shit all summer, like we didn't even need to come up with that ourselves. You're the one that told us this is a big deal. This is such a bummer for her because like there is no wiggling out of this as like you don't know what this person meant to you. Saying she's my best friend of 3 years. I'm obsessed with her. I'm checking her location. I've got my perfect little trio. Look at us. This makes me so happy right now. Who would have thought? This is my dream. Wes, mine too.
Bro, it was the weirdest.
Yeah.
It was the weirdest. I wrote down, I'm like, she wants a throuple.
Oh my God. No, I was like, seriously, like, is this the pitch for
this
that?
This is her. It's going to go 6 episodes before she lays it out. And her and Wes take Ciara out to dinner and they're like, we got an idea. And Ciara's like, the f*** are you guys talking about?
But can we just, like, if you were Ciara, I don't, she probably isn't watching this for her own mental health, which I fully support.
Yeah.
I just also know that, like, sometimes you crack. And if you know that you're on a scene and you might just want to see how, whatever, the mind that watching this has to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, because you know when you date someone and it ends, and let's just say that person wasn't as emotional, like they were emotional about the ending of it, but they didn't give you anything.
Yeah.
Like maybe they were crying, but they didn't say like, I'm really going to miss you. I'm heartbroken that I screwed it up. Whatever. But like, I know, I was there.
Yeah.
You really liked me. You introduced me to all your friends. We did this for a while. You got me Christmas gifts when you didn't even have the money to buy me a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Like, it is a bit of a head scratcher.
Yeah.
You are sometimes thinking, did I get it? In the effort to be self-reflective, you do think, did I get it wrong?
Yeah.
Was I really overshooting the mark on how much I felt like this person liked me?
Yeah.
And then for her to watch this scene back, if she ever did, it's like, no.
Yeah.
I know I'm not a crazy person.
Yeah.
She did think of me as one of her best friends. he was so excited to have me back in his life. Like, I'm not nuts.
Yeah.
It's just got to be wild.
No, it does. And because Amanda says at the last part, she says, yeah, Wes has been fighting for this his whole life. Like, these two knew every single thing that she was thinking, all the things about their relationship, all the like that they had fought all this time to get just this. Like, Amanda, all she wanted to do was be free from Kyle, to move out on her own and to hang out with people that she doesn't want these to be Kyle's friends anymore. She wants these to just be her friends. She's going to take her friends, she's going to claim them in the divorce, and move on with her life and have her little hipster New York City life, and bopping around on Instagram and with the vintage filters and some horizontal striped shirts and
with her closed eyes photos.
Yeah.
Everything just.
Yeah. And her mousy hair, just like around, like in her tiny little ankles. And like, just, it's very, there was a whole era of this when like Steve Aoki used to be big time. And I would go watch him. I think it was called like Dirtbag something. I can't remember what the style was, but they're like totally bringing that back. And they're loving it. And she's like, it's like youth for them again, for Amanda. She's reliving her youth again.
You know what's even more diabolical is that Amanda is the middleman in a sense between Ciara and West in a weird way. Not in the way of like she's brokering a situation between the two of them, but not. She's not. Maybe middleman's not the right word. She's a sounding board. She's a therapist, a person for each of these people, right? We know Ciara. Ciara's talked to her about West and the whole thing. We know she's talked to Ciara about Kyle and her whole situation. Now that we know her and West got close and West has been there for her during the time, surely he told her about his thing with Ciara. Had to, right?
It seems like.
So Amanda knows everything. Yeah. Not only are these your two best friends, total lie, but you know everything. You know everything about him and what he's dealing with and feeling, and what you know everything about her and what she's feeling about this guy and what's happened in the past. You've tricked her into telling him that because you were telling her about your situation and your husband and how horrible it was, but you just used her. You just used that to get information out of people because you were already checked the out of that relationship. Yeah. So that to me, like realizing that, I'm like, you still did this?
Yeah.
She's a full psycho.
Yeah.
It's a psycho. Like, I'm not being funny. She's a psycho and probably needs to be in jail or in some kind of lockup situation because like she might kill someone one day. That's kind of shit. I feel bad. Remember we said what's her face? Sabrina was gonna wear people's as skin and what? Is Amanda. It was Amanda the whole time. Amanda, that's probably not even really her skin. That's probably somebody else's skin.
I feel like it was inside, like she did friendship insider trading.
Oh yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah,
with that triad.
Yeah, because that's what we were talking about. That would be one of those things. Like of all the other things that Ciara's like super bummed on, to think about. I told her everything,
and she said that in the reunion.
God, like I don't even remember her saying that, but like I knew she was thinking it. I didn't even hear her say that.
She
part.
said, and you knew.
Oh,
how he broke my heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that to me is her saying, like, I told you everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Like you knew how that f***ed me up.
Yeah.
Which is what I kept saying when we were talking about the scandal of it all, when we were just doing those one-off episodes, because I was like, there is a guy who really did me dirty, who I really cared for. And if Natalie started dating him, there are no words for how brokenhearted I would be. Just like, what the is wrong with you? We have never been friends. This is like, you just don't do that to anyone, but like specifically your best girlfriend.
Let me ask you this, and I know we've talked about this before and beat this dead horse, but I'm gonna CPR it so we can beat it to death one more time.
The CPR that I tried to do on the little bird.
Oh my God, dude. I literally walked home and she's in the hallway crying with this bird in her hand.
I wasn't crying.
I mean, allergy. So you're with a guy and don't get offended. This is just a hypothetical. And I'm just going to frame it in a way that one or two people on earth could have possibly argued the Ciara and West thing.
Yep.
4 months, he took you to the thing, like maybe did some stuff. It's like, well, bro, maybe you shouldn't have done that. And he was like, well, everyone comes to my parents. He honestly doesn't think it's a big deal, even though he probably should.
And do we work together? Like, is it apples to apples like that?
I mean, I don't know. I get that they're on a show and they get a paycheck, but I don't consider these people. I don't consider them
because then they got to go do
together.
press together. They do photo shoots. Like and then you have to talk about it. So it's not just like a regular breakup where it's like, guys, I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah.
We're just going out for a girls' night. Like every time you are
I mean,
going
yeah,
to work,
I don't think it matters. It's not going to pertain to the question that I'm getting to,
Carry
but
on.
fine. Keep it the same if you want. Point being, this thing happens to you. You guys break up. You think he did you dirty, right? In every fiber of your body, you talk to your girlfriends. They all think he did you dirty, right?
Yep.
And then most of America thinks he did you dirty. But there's also some people that are like, you guys are 4 months. Like, not that big of a deal. Sorry, he doesn't like you. And yeah, maybe he shouldn't take you to his parents, and maybe shouldn't have said what he said in the article. But like, let's get real. Articles always like there's just a group that's arguing that. Like, I don't know if he did you dirty. Like, I respect your feelings and all that, but like, I think you're being a little much, right? So, however long later, these two, we're going through a horrible divorce. I'm out, right? And Craig comes over. I'm gonna make this real hard for you guys. Craig comes over, and these two start saying, he's like, man, I'm really sorry about Mike. It's such a bummer that and he's supporting and comforting her and showing her whatever, just things that I never did. Yeah, Craig is your ex that did you dirty. And
whore.
These two start talking like, you with Court. That was up, and he's like, listen, I might have this, that, but like, here's some other shit nobody knows, and I'm never gonna say. So he's just explained.
And she believes him talking smack about me. Then I don't want to be your friend.
Really quickly, I'm sorry. I thought this was her question. I kind of dumbed out for a second.
We
both nailed Craig. Banner year.
I probably should have not used Craig. It
No,
blew my whole
Thank
story
you so
out of
much. This is the closest I'll ever get to.
All I'm saying
my
is you
hypothetical
said
banging of Craig.
if someone did you dirty, which yes, but in this case, you could argue that maybe she didn't get done. Like, again, people are gonna be like, "Are you f***ing nuts?"
Yeah.
No, we're going back then, not recently. Back then, right? He took her to his parents. Probably not a great idea. He did the article. It didn't come out like he wanted it to, and those two things did her dirty, right? So I'm just saying, you think this guy did you dirty? He doesn't. Some other people doesn't. He convinces her that that's actually not what happened, and here's what happened, and she's like, oh shit. You're still pissed?
I'm even more pissed now because that's my girlfriend. So now you're going to take his word over mine?
You're going to get mad if I nail Craig?
Yeah. Because he broke my heart.
But
See,
Courtney,
this makes me think you guys aren't real best friends.
Yeah, so we're not real best friends. So the last 20 years.
Listen,
she's going to throw both of us
the
out for
problem.
this motherfucker.
This
That's
is
right.
West Wilson. This is Craig. I'm sorry. I'm
I
out.
didn't say Conover. I
It's
just
been
said
real, Courtney.
Craig.
Thanks for the memories. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know.
God.
With Craig, you already knew that I liked him, and then you got together with him.
You were married.
Whatever. You knew how I felt. That's a thing. That would be a thing.
No.
If I was
Wait,
like, oh
hold
my
on.
God,
If you were married,
oh my God, if I'm married, but I'm like, oh my God, like Craig is in my life, and like I'm like, Jesus Christ, I would never step out on my husband. Like, oh my God, like I would
that
still
sounds
love
like
him so
she
much.
would, though, is the
No,
thing.
I wouldn't. But like that feeling is still there, and then you go and date him, and then I'm supposed to not bang him when I'm divorced. You're high.
First of all, we met him at the same time.
Oh, so what?
You can't call dibs on him because you're married.
So wait.
And he went after me.
Oh, this isn't. We don't already know
Love
him.
this created hypothetical.
We
This
are
is
Summer House, except you're Amanda, he's Kyle, and I'm Ciara.
So we met him on the same day, and then you started
Yes.
dating him. Good. But I still don't know if I could make any promises.
I am
on that.
really rethinking this whole friendship.
I'm sorry.
I did not. Hundreds. I did not
It's
know
one
that.
dude. That's who. And I'm the reason that it's not comparable is because like if like Ciara says, like, it was the one guy. That ain't no Craig Conover. I'm sorry. I will never, like, no, these aren't.
I'm letting you know, if I match with Craig on a dating app, I'm going out with him.
And I'm letting you know, if he keels over one day out of nowhere, it's on. May the best woman win.
Wow, Mike, that question really gave you the shaft.
Backfired
majorly.
Right.
Listen, like,
Delete that one out the episode.
Okay, so
I'm not done, probably.
okay.
Oh, Jesus.
No, because there was, like, are you trying to leave this scene?
No,
Oh, okay, go on.
I was just gonna say, she tells them in this scene that
This is the first scene and we're 45 minutes in.
This is good. This is good because I want the brunch to be in the second half because that's the
well,
main
it was
event.
always going to be in the second half.
Are you
because it's
on
the last
glue?
scene.
The brunch isn't the last scene. There's other things that happen after that.
Really?
I mean, like, listen, it was on the cutting edge of something. Like, it could have gone one way or the other. But if we would have gone too quickly on the top, then it could have been in the first scene.
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought it was the last scene. Okay, so, okay. Also in this scene, Amanda tells West and Ciara that she told Kyle she's moving out on their anniversary. And I think even West was like, whoa, way harsh, Ty. You really think that was the best timing for it? And all I have to say is, that's your future, number one,
yeah.
Westy. And number two, I'm not trying to canonize Kyle, okay? I don't think all of a sudden, because all this happened, all these years, Kyle's been perfect and we never saw it. I do think all of these years, Amanda has been not such a savory character, and now I'm catching up to it, right?
Yeah.
But I still think her behavior is so bad because she's like taking pleasure in causing him pain. She's taking, it's like Foof with the baby bird today, like just screwing with it because he can.
Okay, that is hearsay. There's no cameras here. We did not know
Natalie
if that was
told
a
me.
thing.
I
It was in
found
the
the
shower.
dead bird in the hallway and then got all my strong emotions out, tried to clean it up, and then went in my room to get dressed, and there was a pile of feathers right in front of my closet. So now I know where the murder scene was. Anyway,
God.
go on.
You know, you're going to have to disclose that to the next person that rents this.
Foof, I'm leaving that to you. Jerk off.
So at any rate, it's like she's just taking pleasure and doing these ill-timed things, you know, on the anniversary, telling him that she's moving out. Even if it was all staged, it's still crappy. I don't believe he knew all this stuff because of his reactions. Like, Kyle's not an actor. I just don't feel like things that happen later on in the episode. I think she just is top. What's that? Like, and I'll be, what's that Eminem lyric? Like, I'll be in the parking lot with my fingers up.
Oh, I don't know.
Will the real Slim Shady please send up?
okay.
Like that, whatever that line is, she's
Yeah.
just driving around, like doing circles in the parking lot, being like, all y'all.
Yeah.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I don't appreciate it. And I don't like how she's like bragging about it to other people. It just seems so, it's not a good look, man. You're only as good as your last day. Go out on top and not of West. I thought that was not cool.
No, it's fucked up. And to see even just the way, okay, first of all, I don't believe that Wes didn't know already that she had broken it off at the anniversary. Like, he's acting like this is news. Wow. Yikes. Okay. I also,
The way he said it was very, I think what he said was something along the lines of, yeah, sick, happy anniversary.
Yeah.
Something like that.
yeah.
When she told him he was moving, his face, the first thing he asked her, sorry, I know I just interrupted you, but the first thing he asked her was like, and how are you feeling about that? You feel strong or something like that?
Yeah.
This thing, like, yeah, sick. Like, it was already, I knew this, and now I'm just like going to pretend that I didn't. I'm going to
Yeah.
make comments about, but like, you're making the wrong comments,
Yes.
dude. You're not Ciara.
Yeah.
You can't act. Like,
Yeah.
you're not doing a good job.
No. And like, even like at their building earlier, he was like, oh, in a under construction or in a newly built or a still being built building or something. Like, he had just, it was so, he was saying them so like off the cuff and light, where like I've only known Wes to be like kind of like anxious a little bit. Like he just kind of has like anxiety, like not anxiety because he's obviously like who he is. Like I don't even think he like feels enough to have like anxiety, but he's kind of a nervous character a little bit, like kind of awkward and but very cool for being as awkward as he is. I don't know, but he thought of these little zips like to. Wait, you look like you really want to say something.
Yeah, I was gonna wait till you're done, but like and as you were saying that, like cool weird kid, KJ, West, Jesse,
Yeah,
they're all kind of cool kids, but f***ing weird kids, you know,
quirky.
like weird,
Jesse's
quirky,
not really cool. KJ's cool.
Whatever.
Jesse's growing on me.
No, he is, but like he definitely like had a very goofy kind
He's
of
like a nerdy, like
He's a
theater
cool kid now.
adjacent kid.
Yeah, growing up, nerdy kid. Now I
Thank
think
God
he's
he's
like
tall,
hangs
is
with
all
the
I'll
cool
say.
kids. Yeah, the apartment thing, like and a one that's newly being built.
Yeah.
And it was almost like she looked at him and she's like, "No, under remodel." What? And he's like, "That was a different apartment." He's like, "Oh, the one that's being built." And she's like, "No, the one that's at." Shut up, Wes. Yeah, would you know that? And he's like, "Oh, I mean, are you feeling strong?"
Yeah.
Stupid.
Like he was trying to pump her up, and that was the line
And
that
shit on Kyle the whole time during this whole fucking lunch.
that was the line that made
Hey, miniature. Oh, that's cool.
like how you're taking it as like, oh, he knows about another building too. I took it as like he was trying, that was a zing, and she stepped on it, being like, no, it's being renovated. And he's like, yeah, man, I missed my joke. Just
See the building.
But also, if it is being renovated, how are you moving into it right away? Like,
well,
why?
the building's being renovated. It's like
Right.
our building was being renovated for a long time, and like I lived here the whole time.
I
you
thought
know?
like the units were being maybe it's just exterior renovation.
Because has she moved into it yet? Like
I thought she was looking for a place that she could move into stat.
yeah. I think it's just the exterior or
Got
maybe
it.
the lobby or like whatever it is. I don't know. But he took every chance also at this lunch to jab Kyle. It's like it feels so obvious to me. And like, listen, if I knew nothing about any of this, and like again, if 2026 never happened, like I wouldn't be reading into everything. I would just think like, oh, these are close friends. That's so nice. He's being supportive and how lovely.
Yeah.
But he asks her in therapy or whenever, do you ever say quit doing this or I'll leave your bitch ass? Like you didn't need to call your friend Kyle bitch ass. Like it just was like, he's just, I'm team Amanda over here. And I'm letting her basically, I'm asking her a question that can tell you that she's done all she can here. She's asked him to stop coming home at 8 a.m. When she said the thing about, oh, he was at some SNL party, you lost me immediately. Like you can be at some party until 8 a.m. and I'll be like, oh, well, that's a bummer. He went to the SNL after
Yeah,
party.
I'm
Like,
not-
I'm sorry, bitch.
Why didn't you go?
Exactly,
So
because you're
cool.
you and you're so boring and lame. Like, so I think you lost a lot of the audience just by bitching about a party that all of us like have only heard stories about and would kill to go to.
And not for nothing, then they brought up the thing about, or she brought up how, he came home that night. I guess he was out with West. Well, he was home by 11:30, but he fell asleep in the kitchen. Number one, for the last 10 years that we've been watching this guy on this show, he's been falling asleep in the kitchen, on dining room chairs, in the lobby or like in the entryway of the house, in a side room, in a chair, like a rocking chair. This is kind of Kyle's thing.
Yeah.
So the fact that you married him and you're still complaining about this, like that, on a certain level, that's on you, bro.
Yeah.
Because you knew this is who this person was. Number two, you guys are in such a bad place.
Yeah.
It's not like you're making some warm and fuzzy home environment that he wants to come home to
Yeah.
because he thinks he's gonna be intimate with you or have like a nice dinner, just the two of you.
or even just tell you about his day and you give a flying shit.
Like as I rewatch all of this, I'm in the pandemic season, and because Kyle's birthday happens in the summer, Amanda did this really sweet dinner where everyone, I don't know if you guys remember, like Paige was the hostess, Hannah was the executive chef, Carl was the sommelier, and Kyle was so like moved by this gesture. He starts, getting emotional about it, which I love that about Kyle. I think I know you hate it, but I think it's super sweet. And you can see anytime she puts forth the smallest amount of effort, he's so happy. He kisses her. She kisses him. He gets a boner and has to walk away with a pillow over his junk.
Yeah, I'll never forget that. It said so much. It said everything.
Yeah, I just feel like he's not asking for that much from you. And the way he's immovable in certain ways, so are you, Amanda.
Yeah.
And that's why in that regard, it's a stalemate. Like, I can't say he was a worse partner than you were. But you certainly don't waste one opportunity to slam him publicly.
No, and he was a way funner partner than you. So we know that. Then the other thing that he said, Wes felt like he needed to offer up, like, you know, I don't see Kyle anywhere near like giving this up or like relaxing, chilling out at all. Like, again, that's your friend. That's your bro. Like, and then when Amanda says, but my intention still is that we're not single. We're not seeing other people, dating other people. And during that sentence, Wes says, yeah, like the second that she says, we're not single, we're still, he goes, yeah. And immediately takes his fork and goes and starts eating off of her plate. And like, again, I know people are going to be like, oh my God, lady, stop reading into everything. And I wouldn't have thought about that before. Again, I would have thought, oh, they're that close. I'm so glad she has this support system. That to me is just West. To know West at this point and to do any analyzation of him at all is to know that he likes to live on the edge. She just said a sentence that would say, we're still this, our boundaries are still here. And he's like, what boundaries? That's my flag, you know? And so then he's basically
that's
like,
my kink.
How can I put my mouth on your mouth right now in a way that's like, I'm not going to get escorted out of here right now, you know? And it just, these are things that I will always notice these things about him now because he has such a pattern of just living on the edge, and he's got to get in the mix of things, and he's got to be the disruptor of things, and he just like gets off on it so hard. Like, it was just such a perfectly timed. The second that she finished the saying, we are not single. Yeah. Just, you're so gross, dude. You have problems. Why are you like that? Why are you like that?
We've asked this question before. Like, we want to know. We say put West's parents in the hot seat with Andy.
Yeah. And then last thing about the scene, what is the inside joke that when West takes his thing off?
Are you cold?
Yeah. Did I miss that? I feel like somebody will be like, no, remember that was like maybe the last time that they got together, did he offer her his jacket when they were like on the boat and like having their makeup? Like, I feel like it must have happened before where he offered her a jacket or something.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Because she
either.
loses it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to know what that's about. Or don't.
But like he is to Lindsay's credit, he is so good to be able to juggle his number one and his side piece at the same lunch, eating off her plate, giving Ciara his coat. Like, it just, he's working it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, I think I'm done there.
Next scene up, it's been, for those of you at home, it's been 58 minutes and 7 seconds.
For those of you, no one's here still. They left 20 minutes ago.
Natalie's done with that, with the first scene, guys.
Also, you know what I'm going to start doing also? I just want to put this out there now, unless I get like a big rebuke, because I do know that Pat Clark loves to be here for the live. I am realizing how many people that we have in Australia and like in time zones that are like literally the polar opposite of us. And when people are like, hey, remember it's midnight here when I'm posting them at 5 a.m. or whatever, I might start posting part ones of things. Like, it could be 2 a.m. and I'm just going to put them out there. Cause I feel like there's people that I'm not taking into account. I'm doing East Coast, West Coast as if that's the only thing going on here. So I'm sorry, Pat. Maybe you'll be there for the live at 2 a.m. You don't know. Maybe it'll be hard to sleep.
Wait, do they? Oh, if they have a VPN, yeah, then they'd be watching it on like this state times. Okay, the next scene up was the lover boy scene where Kyle's having, the Zoom with everybody. And, as someone who owns their own business, my heart just goes out to him because you can see there is no gas left in the tank. This guy is pushing the car up the hill. You can see how stressed he is. There's no rabbit left in anybody's hat. And it's just a shitty, because you know it, right? Like, you're going to sleep with the numbers in your head, knowing what your OpEx is, how long it's going to carry you if no one comes in to save the day or no big scandal happens for you. Yeah, so just you hold tight, buddy, because things are going to get real better for you.
Yeah.
A little worse, but a little bit more better.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's this conversation.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way to put it. He said he was as positive as he could be, but
Yeah. And it looks like, I don't know, he just has this small team. Like they're literally all working at like a kitchen counter kind of situation. So it's one thing to be in a corporate office with people all the time, but it's another thing to work in a small business like that, which I know it's large, but small, you know? And right now, when he's saying this, it's got to be like towards the end of September. And so when he says by the end of the year, like this is basically, they've got 3 months. And she's like, should I be looking for a job? And he's like, I can't tell you no, not to be looking for a job.
Well, 3 months prior, he was telling Carl that he has 6 months runway.
Yeah.
yeah. I also thought it was just a real window into like who Kyle is and why I never thought it was false when he would say, no, I am feeling positive about Amanda and I now, or I know this has been really hard, but we can get there. And we just started therapy, and that's a good thing because he's looking down the barrel of 3 months left, you know, in the bank to run this company that he has spent 6-7 years building. And he's still saying, look, guys, we got to get creative. We have to figure out ways like in these slow months to have money come in. And I just thought, right. And that's who Kyle is. Like, he's not a quitter. He's going to ride that bus, whether it's Loverboy or his marriage till the wheels fall off. And he's like the captain of a ship. He will be the last one on it when it's going down. And I like that about him very much. I think that's you got to be very brave, a little crazy.
There's something about him never ever being able to show this side of it. Like aside from the COVID year or whatever year it was where they were actually like, him and Amanda were like with their laptops at a desk kind of on the regular, like, was that the COVID year? Mm-hmm. Okay. That's the only time that we've ever really seen him doing his business. And the shitty part about it is that Kyle has devoted 10 years of showing us his life, but not really, because his life is his work. Like out of anyone here, I feel like out of any of the guys in the house, like I'm sure that other people there have their own businesses too, and he's a lead guy, so he's going to be more at the forefront. But to not explore that whole side of him is to leave literally 80% of him on the table. Like we're not.
But we don't see any. It's a summer show. We don't see anyone's.
I know,
work,
but I'm
really.
just saying that like I don't think that anybody else in the house had as much business of his. Like to have like 80% of your life be your business. Like, yeah, everyone's got jobs. Everyone's an influencer. Everyone's doing their thing. But I feel like so much of who Kyle is, we didn't ever get to really see, because the work side of Kyle is the best side of him. It is the thing that like makes you like him more, respect him more, understand him more, understand like why he's freaking out at Amanda over like her just kind of dicking around with whatever. So to have not been, that was so not featured at all. I feel like we never really got to know him as the person that he is. And that just must suck
hence why he feels misunderstood.
Yeah. And he never even really complained about that. He never even really voiced that. Like, you guys don't know, I've got a whole other life. Like I've got a whole staff of people like in that, like we would hear bits and pieces, but I just think that it's an interesting thing that he was the lead of this show for all 10 years, spearheaded it, and showing us his life. And you don't really know his life. Like when people say like, oh, West, you don't live your life in this house. Like you live when Ciara makes that comment, you live a completely different life when you're off of camera. I'm sure that he does in like personality stuff and showing like the way he moves, but Kyle was living a completely opposite life on camera because I'm sure it was a show decision. Like this is a vacation. This is not about work.
Totally.
And it's just for him, the hugest missed opportunity, because I don't know if I would have hated him nearly this much.
It's part of the reason why I'm like, I want to see everybody work.
Yeah.
I want to like, I'm like work. That's what I love in life is working, oddly enough. But like, but yeah, I want to see that. I want to see those Zooms. I want to see how we got here, how we built this, and what everybody else is doing and who's hustling where. It's why I liked watching, Bailey doing her on the street interviews and stuff when they would do that.
Because that would make you know, like right away, I now know that Bailey is like out there doing, so she's literally, when we say like, you're really putting yourself out there. No, Bailey is literally putting herself out on the street, on a camera, doing like a man on the street interviews in a just like a very much like that is my worst nightmare to have to be like, hi, excuse me, sir. I just have a couple. Oh, never mind. No, of course you have better things to do. Like,
Well, I don't think she's doing.
but I could see her seeing someone and being like, girl, where'd you get, can you come here? Can you talk about these shoes? I don't know if you guys know about these shoes. Like I could just see her doing something like that. And that's just such a big part of her personality. And so if I were to be able to see Kyle have to wrestle with letting someone go that's been doing really well.
He's crying. The person's not even crying. They're like, actually, I got another opportunity. He's like,
yes,
that's good. You do it.
I would be like, okay, there's some human activity here instead of just like this drunk buffoon 12-year-old who's yelling at Paige, yelling at like just whatever. Like it just is, we never knew ye.
Totally.
Just like the little bird.
The next thing up is this episode. You have to put like a in memoriam.
Yeah.
For the little bird.
It's still here. Mike won't tell me where it's at. He has put it aside for a possible burial. And I'm like, where is it? He's like, I'm not going to disclose that.
Yeah, that location. Okay, so next up is Lindsay and Frank's date. And I just want to say, Frank has an odd personality. I've been on dates like this. And I got to tell you something. For me, okay, I know there is an amazing lid out there for Frank's pot, okay? I am not that. Lindsay is not that. There is not enough tequila in the world to make Frank interesting. Para me, okay? Like his opening move after like being embarrassed to order a rosé. Who cares, bro? Order a Shirley Temple for all I care. Just get your drink and let's not make like a national news story about it. He's like, so how was your day? Did you work out?
Oh my God.
That's the big opener. Did you work out? And he's so perplexed that she did it.
That was the best part was the follow-up. No? Well, what'd you do then?
Yeah. How does one have a day if you have not been to the gym?
The day's almost over.
Yeah.
Are you doing it after this?
Yeah, you doing quads after the day?
Should we go? Well, I lift a kid all day long, so you did biceps.
Right.
This guy's I kind of fell in love with Frank. Because at the other thing, I was like, okay, this guy's not super attractive. And I don't know. I wasn't feeling Frank last time.
Lindsay thought he was smoking hot.
I know.
Well,
And I'll be honest, I was like a little weirded out by that. I think Lindsay's just horny as
Always though, Lindsay's never brought home a guy that I'm like.
That's true.
Annie
Lindsay's
Herman,
got weird
boy,
taste in dudes. Yeah, sandwich guy for sure.
Him, Everett, Paymon,
Yeah.
Stravy. Oh, Stravy's the sandwich guy. Even and I love Carl, but like he was probably the most va-va-voom that she's dated.
And she didn't even get him in his like peak years, you know. I mean, well, she did for a minute, but like she ended up getting engaged with him by the time he was already like. Not, listen, you're adorable, Carl, but you know, like you were smoking hot in the beginning. Like I will never forget, like when like the girls would be kind of keeking on the side, and Paige went, "Carl is looking good this year."
But then also you look at who, like Perry was very good looking.
Yeah,
also, I've seen Perry on dating apps, so Perry still is out there hustling for a lady.
Wow.
Craig, very good looking.
Meh.
Luke hooked up with Hannah hooked up with Luke.
Yeah.
Very good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he seemed way more attractive in this scene. I don't know what it was, but and then he just like I don't know. I see what you're saying. Like I don't know if I'd want to. Like I'm not into dudes, obviously, but like I don't know if I'd want to date that guy or like. But I think as a bro hanging out with him, he would make me laugh a lot. I would get a kick out of his just like you didn't work out. Well, what'd you do? And then he's like, well. You know, I'm pretty good in the business and that. And well, if you're good or I learned my thing on the streets. And well, if you're good in the streets, how are you in the sheets? Well, I would say very good. Like it just was a funny, like weird. It just was weird and funny to me.
Yeah.
I do get the feeling though that he kind of interrupted her a little too much on this date that we didn't maybe see. And he spent a little too much time trying to be charming and didn't allow her enough time to do the same to be charming.
Frank might still be out there trying to be charming. Like
They could still be on that date. She left and he's still there.
But yeah,
just a different blonde lady.
Right,
sat
same
down.
rosé, different girl, just trying.
Yeah, nah, Frank I think is an entertaining one to me.
The thing that he said at the top where he said, what would you think of me if I were to order a rosé? Like if he was not even smoother, I actually took this as a line. It seems like a thing where you come in and you offer up this little detail about yourself where it looks like you're being like listen, I know this is gonna be kind of gay,
Right.
but like, what would you think? And it makes a girl go, no, I like that. Like, okay, like I think it makes a girl
Okay,
open
spicy mayo.
okay, spicy mayo. Like, I really think that could have been a line that he has said to 50 other women. Like,
It doesn't work.
no, I mean, hey, listen, it could work if then you also weren't like, so, you pump any iron today? Well, what else? Like,
It could work if you had any semblance of a personality.
that's what I mean. Like,
No,
it's worked on one
works.
guy, and that guy wasn't you. Like, he had
Or
more
it works.
going.
It's worked on one guy.
Listen, if she's only here to bang, I could understand.
Yeah,
and
get
and
it
she
in.
finds him hot, then I
Yes,
could understand like that that's a
100%.
thing. But even with this guy, I like, if you gun to my head, he is not good in bed. I would need 3 references before because I understand, like, it's almost like Lindsay's job interviewing, you know, and
Yeah.
she's just like, okay, you're not actually suited for the marketing position, but I do have this thing over here in sales. So that could work. Let's explore that. But I would need a resume. I would need to be able to call some
Yeah.
people because, like, that's, I think, how pissed at you. How
Would
pissed
you
at
be-
yourself
yeah,
would you
yeah,
be
yeah.
if, like, you added that notch to your belt and you were like, cool, I spent an hour with this guy with the dumbest conversation ever, and I nailed him, and he
And
was
I didn't
awful.
have an orgasm,
And
and
he
now
had
I
a
got to
micro
get tested
penis.
for everything.
Yeah.
No, I think Frank has, something to work with. I just don't know if it's upstairs.
Okay, then if that's a thing, if she has your measuring system figured out and she
Yeah.
knows that, then she wouldn't need the references because Lindsay, it's always good because Lindsay's
Lindsay's
good.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so after this, we've got Yvonne and Georgia going to the park with Georgia's kid. Georgina, sorry, I keep doing that. Kind of a filler scene. You know, Yvonne thinks that Georgina is a very, and I don't mean this in a mean way, just like lax, kind of carefree mom and letting their kids eat rocks and wood
Yeah.
chips from the city
Yeah.
streets. And Georgina thinks Yvonne is just a happy-go-lucky dimwit. But they found each other and met in the middle, and they like each
Yeah.
other.
And I think, like, yes, it was a filler scene, but it was like it had to be done because, like, we don't know these people. Like, and all I've been talking about is I just want to get to know this one specific person,
Georgina.
And, yeah, and she is not like. Listen, it still was very little that we found out, but I just want more. Like,
I'm also interested to learn more about, because I remember the first episode we were talking about, like, yeah, she seems super kooky. Let's
Yeah.
dive into this. I am also interested in seeing Yvonne.
Yeah.
Or getting to know her a little bit
yeah,
more.
I mean, I want to know all of them.
Just be-
Her story was just like I feel like they haven't told us the goods yet, and I want to know what's up with
Totally.
that. Yeah,
I think also, though, that there's a storm a brewing with Yvonne and Nick, because personally, at their ages, if they got married with the intention of starting a family and this guy is kicking the can down the road, and I was in Yvonne's shoes, I would have major issues with that.
yeah. But she's like so pregnant now. So
Oh, she is.
Yeah, she's like
Oh, great.
out to
Good
here.
for her.
So like that, I'm sure that they're
Well,
going to
he
get
kicked the
into
can
it
somewhere
about
else
it.
and
Yeah,
goal.
and also like again, there was like very surface stuff here, but like I do think it is a substantial trait to say that she is the kind of person that like I feel like I can make mistakes around and like just. I love a mother that is like that. Listen, I don't want a mom who lets her kids eat rocks and whatever, but like I am just like, I don't know,
No,
like
same.
how big were these rocks? Like was there a tooth chip? No harm, no foul.
It wasn't a hypodermic needle. I'm fine.
Yeah,
It was a-
exactly.
It was a stick. She was eating a stick. You're allowed to eat sticks. What do you think?
Yeah,
we
no,
ate?
that's
No,
what she's
Exactly.
I
saying.
was just saying that like I don't even know what the kid was eating. I was just saying like whatever. I like being around mothers who don't make me feel like I need to be doing something or that I need to be like helping out in this like because I'm trying to keep the kid alive too. Like she seems to think like kids were born to
Be
you know
kids.
eat shit and who not eat shit.
No, I know what you're saying. My best friend Orly is like this, and she's an incredible mom in many
Yeah.
ways, but it's a kid. They're
Yeah.
in the backyard. If they picked up a rock and put it in their mouth, they're gonna be fine.
yeah, they're built
It's
for
dirt.
this.
They
Yeah.
need to build up their immune system. It's not like she's letting them walk into moving
Yeah.
traffic. She's an excellent mother, but she's not trying to put them in a bubble and like bathe them in hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate that.
Yes.
So next up is Whitney's stuff arrives. Very interesting scene. So Whitney moved into Kenny's apartment, and Kenny is never going to let her forget it's his apartment. He clearly has an attachment to this place, which I get. I was very interesting learning about like how he grew up and single mom and, you know, very poor. And to go from that to really having made it for yourself, and I'm attached to my house and my thing, so I fully understand that. I do love that he's a crystal guy. I say this every time crystals are mentioned on the shows. Stop putting your amethyst in direct sunlight. It is terrible for the stone. It bleaches it to a murky gray and you will ruin your beautiful crystal.
Yeah, no, the one that I literally moved the one that was behind you because that's what happened to it.
Yeah.
Because at this point now, sitting next to that high grade amethyst, it was like, what's this piece of junk?
Yes.
You know, so I had to move it because it was in the sun for too long.
I feel like people don't know this. If you have amethyst like Kenny does and you put it in direct sunlight, it will bleach it and it is ruined and you will never fix it. Anyway, moving on.
What if you have an amethyst ring and you're outside and you're driving? Should you not have your amethyst ring like...
No, it's not like, oh, I'm sitting at a graduation and my hands are like this and for 2 hours the sun is beating down on an amethyst ring. It is, I have an amethyst and it lives in direct sunlight. So morning to night, 365 days a year, that's getting hit with sunlight. It will ruin it.
Yeah, okay.
Is he had a purple Sharpie and
doesn't
squish it
work.
back in.
So all the boxes are coming in and with each box, Kenny is getting more agitated. And we always say this, like, there's always a little bit of truth in the joke, you know? And you can tell you invited her here. If you asked her to move in with you, like, you got to be okay with this stuff. Make room for her. Give her a closet. I just don't think he was being very amenable to the move.
There's a part of me that thinks that she didn't totally move. That she was going to keep her apartment in LA and she was going to come out here and like move, but like still have an apartment in LA or something. Because the type of stuff or maybe, let me rephrase that. I think maybe that's what Kenny thought. Because when she was opening up like stuff, like whatever.
House accessories?
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Girl stuff. And he was like, he just seemed a little like that's the thing that threw him off. Is like, why is there so many accessories and like why is everything you have made of wood? That's a little odd.
No, he was also remember he's like 26 black shirts. Why do you need this many black shirts? He was irritated by the amount of stuff that she was moving into his apartment, and that's the problem because now it's our apartment.
Fine, but like this scene kind of gave me that vibe of like, oh, I don't know, and how she was so later on so quick to be like, oh, move back home then. I don't know if she's completely left LA. I think this is, we're moving in together to try. And I think that part's been left out of the story we're being told. It's probably, and so I think if you showed up with a semi and I was under that impression, I'd be like, whoa, babe, what are we doing with all this? This is all I live in New York City, man. Okay, no, we'll figure it out.
I already lived here. So I already have all the things.
Yeah.
Like I thought you were going to bring like your suitcases and like your wardrobe. I knew you probably want all your bags and your shoes and
like
whatever.
There's probably a box of dishes and like pots and pans. And he's like, I have this and mine are worth $15,000. Like,
yeah, the thing that
shit
you
out
was
of my
unloading.
apartment.
Listen, I'm going to say this and don't look at our set as is because it is not the set of my dreams. I quickly, had to come to grips with like that there were far more important things like $2,500 Schwitzers that I had to buy before.
To replace the $1,800 Schwitzer.
Yeah. And we still don't have a mini foof cam. Mini cam.
Mini cam.
Mini cam.
A mini cam.
Once I did come to comfort with like, okay, that's my dream set is down the road. I still have to get some stuff to like fill it. I just like went on Amazon to be like popular walled shelf decor or something like that just to fill space. I think those balls are like the first thing that popped up on there. Her stuff is very like, I knew who Whitney was the second I saw her. Okay. But like, it's just reinforced like that. He's probably just like, what is those things probably are hollow inside. They probably don't even like weigh the weight of wood. Like he's just like, I already have things. I don't need all of your tchotchkes. I
agree. Like, I don't think he was being a dick. Like, oh, why are you moving into my house? So I'm not second guessing. I think it was more that, just like,
yeah. Like, and here's the thing. He was
the reverse. It was when a guy moves into a girl's house, and he's got his Michael Jordan poster and his mountain bike
lazy boy,
and his
and you're
lazy
like,
boys and his beanbag chair. Like, no, fuck, this is cool. And his like thing that holds the chips and the guac and the salsa and the thing. But it's not the nice one that you have from Crate and Barrel. It's the 49ers one with like a little helmet lid. Like, yeah, let's party. And you're like, yeah,
like
no fucking
girl,
way.
like a hula girl.
Yeah, hula girl.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like
dude.
a bobble hula.
Yeah, the little leg lamp from the Christmas Story. And you're
got my
just
dad
like,
that
get
for
that
Christmas
shit
one
out
year.
of my
Really
fucking
sweet.
house. Imagine if some dude moved into your house. Courtney's house is like,
No, because I'm only dating someone who has taste.
yeah, so like, but it's that. It's the reverse of that. Kenny's the girl and Whitney's the dude in this
I
situation.
totally see what you're saying. I still think he is a little territorial over this apartment.
He is. She
Which
needs to
is
stop crying
acceptable
about it,
a little bit because of his like he explained it,
Yes.
right, and he did apologize. Like her crying was a little bit
yeah,
like
he was busting balls, and she
yeah, he was just being kind of
busting her wooden balls.
he was busting her wooden balls.
That's the
and
title
she
of
didn't get
that.
it.
Busting wooden balls.
So
And
yeah,
she
I
was
think
like,
he was just trying to be like having a little fun and probably a little stress. Like that's a stressful day. It's also that day of like, oh, it's on like this. We're no turning back. I mean, not no turning back, but like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess I just like if I was putting myself in her shoes.
You're right about there's truth to everything, and if this is going on all the time, she's probably like, Uncle, you asked me here. So there is that.
That's
too.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And like we see it a little later on
Yeah.
in the episode, and I just don't. If it was one little moment, of course I'm
Yeah.
a good sport. Like let's lols, right?
Yeah.
But I just think it's a little bit stressful. And I want you to also, like, I moved across the country to be with you. Even if I'm still thinking, like, this is a great job opportunity and whatever, I still am going on national television,
Yeah.
repping you as my guy.
Yeah.
And, like, I would like for you to be a little bit more excited. Like, babe, your boxes are here.
Your balls
like,
are here.
oh, my God.
Babe, a whole semi of your stuff just showed up.
But, like,
To
you-
my
You
New
came
York
home
City
and I was
apartment.
rubbing my shin on it or my calf on it. Doing my
but there's just no, you're not looking at Whitney being like, this is a broad who packs light.
oh yeah.
Right, like so, like
Fair enough.
come on, Kenny, like you know
Yeah.
who you're with. Let me explain something to everyone out there in TV land. I pack light, and it is a surprise to every single person who travels with me. And it's like I think I remember the first time Shane and I were going somewhere. He's like, "No way." He's like, "Where's the rest of your bag?" I'm like, "No, this is I'm a carry-on only
Yeah.
girl, unless I'm going somewhere for like a month and it's winter."
Yeah.
You know this about people. So like if you have been dating this chick for a year and it's been long distance, you know this chick is showing up with 3 suitcases for a week trip somewhere.
Yeah, and like I said last week, her props. She needs things to fill
Yeah.
the space. Like that's why when I saw those balls, I was like, this is the thing that you fill space with, because I literally almost bought them to fill space here, like because it's camera work. Like that's it and that's all, you know. And I think he was probably just like, you brought your prop balls.
Wait, can I just tell you a little
Fucking
insider?
juggle these things.
It's a little insider designer baseball. Jake always says, he's like, whenever I walk into a space and I can see like you bought that accessory just to have an accessory on the coffee
Yes.
table, he's like, that's it. No.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And that was another reason I didn't get it, was because I was like, I know I need things for the immediate, but like I do want everything here to like be like, oh, this is the book from here. This is the thing we got there. This is the bobblehead that Paco gave me to replace the other one that got broken, and this one's way better. It's Elton John Dodger bobble. Come on,
It's so good.
yeah. There's just
This
like
is not an actual Dodger player.
unless it's like this orange lip. I obviously bought it for a pop of color. Like I needed a pop of color.
Totally.
But if it's just like stupid shit like that, like I didn't need those in my life. And you know, one day she's gonna walk in the door and Kenny's gonna be just standing there like he's gonna be naked, just holding. Look
If he
forward to
hasn't
that.
already.
If he
That's
hasn't
right.
already, yeah.
It's like when a girl puts on like a bra to see like, what would my boobs look like if they were bigger? Maybe he's like holding them down low. Okay. Up next, Lindsay and Danielle meet up for, it's supposed to be coffee, but they end up having mimosas. And shockingly, this scene went pretty well
Yeah.
for the two of them. I thought they had a nice conversation.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I took away from this scene was because, you know, Danielle said Lindsay was mad at her. Like she thought it was the single mom comment. And Lindsay was like, no, it was rubbing my pregnancy. You thought I was rubbing my pregnancy in Carl's face. You thought I was moving too fast with Carl, too slow with Turner, the hand job after Carl and I
Yeah.
broke up the first time. And Danielle's like, I know I hurt you and I apologize for those things. But then in her confessional, she's like, I also, then she said, I've also been, oh shoot, where's this note? Hold on. Crud. I don't know if this note is in this section, but basically something happened here where I was like, oh my God, if that's all Danielle brings to this show, I am really like starting to like her a little bit more. I will find it because maybe it's in the brunch scene that we'll clearly get to, but Danielle was right about everything she called. She just has really bad delivery.
At some point in a Danielle confessional, you hear her say like, how far back are we going on this list? And like that hit home because like, yes, we do remember the hand job in the car. Like I remember that.
But sorry, go ahead.
That was her boyfriend first, wasn't it? Like I feel like nobody ever remembers that Danielle and Carl were together for like years.
Yes. And can I tell you, because I was, I don't know if they were together for years. I think they dated for like,
I thought it was like 2 years.
I don't think it was that long.
Oh, okay.
But they did date for a decent chunk of time and she was dating him first. However, I don't think it was a hand job. She was rubbing his junk over his jeans. And they were like making out in the back of a cab, which is different than giving someone a hand job.
I mean, it is. But once listen, obviously the hand job, like a cab hand job is
like, what are
funny
you doing with
because
the
you're
stuff?
just thinking like, is the cab guy, like, is he cool with this? Where's it going to go? And whatever. But either way, like
some cab drivers are going to let you drink in a cab.
Yeah.
But they cut back to
what are you
Kyle
drinking?
because she was like, I don't think I did that. And then they cut back to Kyle. What I loved about this episode in general was the game of telephone of it all.
Yeah, and
like,
Kyle being right back in it.
Yeah. But like they've never done, like we've seen so many of these lies and like, well, he said buddy, buddy, blah.
Yeah.
And we're all like, that's not even close to what he said. But they never go back and show you the time that, well, when Steve told Amanda, who told Kyle, who told James, who told Sandy, who's now telling Kate, who's now freaking out that this happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what happened.
Yeah.
Let's find, and this is the first time I've seen them be like, let's rewind and flash back a couple of times and show this game of telephone how it happened.
Yeah.
So she's like, yeah, I don't think I did that is the thing.
Yeah.
And then it goes back to Kyle being like, oh, apparently these two are in the cab making out and doing over the pants or under the pants. I don't know what. Who can know?
Yeah.
So like, and then here they dated for a few months in 2015.
Yeah.
That's what the Google machine says. And then hooked up after. But like, I'm very much pro Danielle in this scene, and I don't like Danielle.
And I will tell
okay,
you,
okay.
they somewhere in that series of episodes where Kyle was saying like it was a hand job in the back of the cab, someone says no, she was like rubbing his like junk over like her hand was there or whatever. And again, I just think that a drunken hookup, yes, of course you're getting handsy. Like that makes sense to me. The hand job is far more aggressive of a move. And to your point, like how far back are we going?
Yeah. The thing that makes me go, okay, I could absolutely see why she's so weary, because there are so many of those things. It's like, who cares? This was 200,000 years ago. And like I said, they dated first. So I don't know where like the line is on the, when is Danielle allowed to revisit the guy that she was dating first? Because if those are the rules, then like, I don't know. That just, it seems like she's got a little bit more leeway than like the average person who's going to hook up with a guy that you were just dating a week later. The thing that bugged me the most and that I could see that Lindsay holding on to is that Danielle did not get asked back. Lindsay was having her gender reveal, which at the time I too was like, I don't care about a gender reveal. But like, if you look at what Lindsay was doing, I think that unless someone tells me otherwise, I think she was still a full-time cast person. She wasn't, just because she got pregnant, she was not then, her salary wasn't cut in half. She wasn't, she could only be here every other week because like she's fully pregnant and like it just doesn't, whatever. She got to take care of herself. When you're back in the house on those days, you got to work. You got to bring things that like are big things. Like, and also this is Lindsay's life now. These are her life moments that she's bringing. Danielle was invited to her event to stay in her bed with her on a show that she was not asked back on. And then for her to get in her confessional and say, God, something about like, basically like, is this whole thing just to rub it in Carl's face? Like, no, bitch, she's pregnant. She's at work. She's got to do this thing. Like, she has to bring ideas. It's all about themes and events and whatever. And this is just like, it's exactly the life that Lindsay was living at the time. And on top of all that, just the fact that she invited you to her event, that was something very special to her. To know Lindsay is to know that she's wanted a baby forever. And I just think like if you were her best friend, then you knew that. So like everyone can look at that thing and remember, because I was one of them that was like, oh my God, this is so stupid. I don't care. Because we hate gender reveals as it is. But like Summer House is a themed event show. I hate 90% of the themes. So like I am an equal opportunity like hater of themes. And like so. But if I put myself in her shoes, and this is her best friend who she brought back, and then the second Lindsay probably goes into pee because there's a 20 pounds weight on her bladder right now, Danielle's like, you got a minute? Jumps in the confessional and just starts bagging on her in a very personal way. And I just thought like, I wouldn't want her, I wouldn't trust her to be around either. I wouldn't trust her. I wouldn't say things. I wouldn't be so quick to bring her back into the fold. And so, and again, this is coming from a Lindsay hater of 8 years. So...
That being said, that was Lindsay made no secret that she was upset at Carl. Rightfully so. Not saying that she didn't have a right to be, but she didn't hide it. We never thought she would, but she did not hide it at all.
Of course she didn't.
That was the beginning of the Freedom Dinner, which is now a 2-year-long thing and hopefully lasts forever.
Well, RIP, because I think Summer House as we know it is going to be very different moving forward.
I think she still does it. I think she does it on Insta.
She got dumped on camera. Like, it's free. You got your punch. This punch card is never going to fill up.
Oh no. Like, I think that's
she got dumped on camera.
I think he's saying that.
Yeah.
Right. But I thought that you were trying to say that she was mean to Carl. So
what I'm trying to say is Danielle maybe had a point. The whole season was Lindsay bashing Carl and really mad about this thing that her getting broken up with on camera and her making multiple points throughout the season to let everyone know how f***ed up it was and how she's real mad about it and how she's free now and how now she has what she always wanted that Carl couldn't give up. So like, is she just doing this to rub it in his face? Not an outlandish question.
An outlandish question for your ride or die best friend who has been like your sister best friend this entire time that we've met. Courtney would never get on camera and say that about me, even if she knew like this is a little much. You would never, unless I banged Crick on over your ex-boyfriend.
That's right. That's where the line is. You found it.
Well, listen. Clearly, they're both banging Carl back and forth, so like they don't like they've got a whole other relationship.
You know what I didn't even think about in this scenario?
What?
You and I would finally be on the same team hating Craig Conover. Yeah. You, Craig. And
he doesn't need you guys. Onward and upward with me, Craigie.
Okay, so they say we're gonna take baby steps, and then Lindsay, I didn't realize because Lindsay's like, oh, there's a brunch going on. I didn't realize they were rolling from that into brunch,
funny.
Which I really enjoyed though.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and then she's gonna invite her to brunch right now. Okay, great.
Also, I'm gonna say this because we got a lot of flack for our Lindsay love in the commies last week. Which I get. I totally get it, guys. I just have turned a page with Lindsay.
Yeah.
And I see her singing for her supper. She is working those polls. Like, she came to play. And it is a reality TV show. And she realizes, like, there's a hot potato. Let's throw it around. And she's just making stuff happen that as a viewer, and to me, it's legitimate stuff.
Yeah.
She does have an issue with Danielle. She is handling it on camera. She is bringing her into this, brunch or whatever, and to kind of upset the apple cart a little bit to see how this new dynamic, it's like a science experiment. Let's add this new element called Danielle. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it far more than, say, like what Amanda has always done on this show, which just seems to ride the coattails of an argument with her significant other and be a little whiny and not really give. You know what I mean? So I'm in a new place with Lindsay. And because of that, I admittedly am giving her a pass. I'm giving her a pass in certain areas.
1,000%. That's going to be the theme of everything. I think I don't even know if I would say it because I just started doing like a free write about it, like how I got to this place and what you have to expect from me over the next 10 episodes or whatever it is. But there is I am a person who literally wants to put together my fantasy scorecard. Like, no, it's not even a fantasy football scorecard or whatever roster, but it is like, you should know who I'm here for so that you're not surprised when I'm here for them in weird moments.
Oh my God, do you know what it reminds me of? I'm not a sports person, so tell me if this plays. Aren't there some players, let's say you're playing like football or whatever, that could just be a little crappy, like the way they tackle someone, it's like not cool, or like they kind of just do stuff where it's like, were you tripping that person, or were you yelling when they were
flip-flop Divock?
Sure. Flip-flop Divock, let's go with him. But like
jacked us for $5 million too.
Whatever, man. All I'm saying is that he was clearly like, whoa, oh God, but he was a Laker, so what are you gonna do? That's my guy.
He wasn't a Laker. He took our money and sat on the bench.
All I'm saying is like, there are players when we're watching sporting events that you're just like, he's a little shady, but he's like, it's great to watch him. Or like, she knows how to get that thing into wherever you want, the end zone, hit the ball where you want it to go. And I just feel like that's Lindsay.
Yeah.
She might be a little bit of a shady player, but she's a great player. And right now she's on the team that I'm rooting for.
Nobody feels that way. If you enjoy sports, that you hate that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Because that guy's cheating. Like, you don't want a cheater.
But like, aren't there guys
She's
or
a
girls, like
cheater.
what's his name? That guy, that tennis player that always got so angry.
Andre Agassi?
No.
There are definitely. Oh, okay. I don't know. I'm sorry. I won't ever know a tennis player. But there were so many Lakers that came from other
McIntosh,
teams that I was like, oh, and then I'm like, oh, he's our guy now. Like that.
That's a total. What? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not talking about switching teams.
I'm just saying something that can really annoy you once they start working for you. Now they work here, and with Lindsay, like
that's what I'm saying.
Like everybody here on like.
You know what?
Everyone's a no name on
I
this
hate
show.
this dude, but your example is Draymond Green on the Warriors. Any basketball fans out there will know exactly what I'm talking about. Draymond Green is the most annoying, agitating, fucking just
John McEnroe, sorry.
Oh, Johnny Mac, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
He's
he
the
could be
best.
apparently such a prick, so angry, but all of a sudden he's playing for America, and you're like, go Johnny!
I mean, he wasn't a cheater. He was just
Right.
he was just
Okay, so
mouthy.
not I'm not saying, sorry, I didn't mean like a cheater. I just mean like his I wasn't trying to say you're cheating. It's like his tactics were just maybe a little annoying. Maybe he's yelling while someone's batting.
Off-putting? Lindsay's off-putting? I would get with that. I'll give you that.
Like
Lindsay's
John
quite
McEnroe's off-putting. But like, if he's playing for Merca, you're cheering him on.
You know who took me forever to get on board with, and it still is like just not the same. And like I don't hate, but look, LeBron took me forever, and I still am just like, thanks for your service. Are you still here?
Yeah.
Like
it's like, again, only basketball people are going to know these drivers. Draymond Green is, Johnny Mac is a good example, but he was fun to watch because he would just go nuts, and like
So is
you never
Lindsay.
knew like what was going to happen, who he was going to yell at. So that was fun. Draymond Green is the Lindsay that's like so annoying, agitates you, is just not fun. Like, I can't stand Draymond Green, but everyone on the Golden State Warriors and the fan are like, oh no, you don't want that. That's the guy you want, and you don't want anybody else on your team. If he's not on your team, that dude. As soon as he's on your team,
That's what I'm
like,
saying.
yeah.
It's like, and also I know nothing about basketball, but I
But
heard
Lindsay's-
the same
we're
thing
not
about
on
LeBron,
Lindsay's
where
team.
people would be annoyed, like when they were playing
My
against him,
stepdad
but then
still-
he came to LA and everyone's like King LeBron or whatever.
King James.
Sure, that too.
King James has been around since he was 16
listen, you don't have
years
to know
old.
like there's a King James by like there's a King James like that's why it's King James and not King LeBron.
Oh, got it. Thank you.
There are still people like Jim Pop, my mom's husband now, is like I can't even. I barely watch them because I can't do this.
Yeah, it's
But
It's
that is
rough.
Lindsay. That is
and
Lindsay.
he's a great player. Like, well, he was
who?
LeBron.
He's still great, and he's 107.
But that is Lindsay to me, where it's just like, maybe if she was on another team, I would. And it took me 8 years, I think, to get here with her. But now, for whatever reason, I'm just like, I enjoy it. Thank you. You're doing something.
Yeah, I'm just
that's not
seeing
nothing.
old Lindsay back in action.
Which is fine because that's the thing. It's exactly what I was
like
saying
you just said. We spent 8 years hating Lindsay for this, and this is what I said last time. And now she had a kid, and we're like, yeah, now activated Lindsay is cool. We hated this girl.
No, but
It's a different
Forever.
activation.
it's very different because she just had like now I'm just like Lindsay doesn't have time for this. She's just gonna bring it straight to you and you're gonna suck it. And because this is a job, she like I'll still never get over that comment of just like it seems like drama follows you everywhere. And it's like, what do you think we're all doing here? And I want to tell everyone at home to just ask yourself this one question. Do you know anybody on this show besides Kyle and Lindsay? And Amanda. But like, I'm going to tell you right now, you're sure as shit out here for Amanda. You're
Correct.
watching because like in spite of Amanda, like you're pushing her out of sight, out of mind. Like it seems like they're trimming her a little bit and they're trying to, I don't know, whatever it is. There's no one else on this show that you know. So you are here for the two biggest assholes on Summer House. There's a lot of viewers on this show for the two most hated people on there. And we were just talking earlier about how if we had seen Kyle just doing like going through this shit with his business, having Amanda not show up for the things, not submit the art that they needed for this one thing to go out today. So it's actually, guys, can we reschedule this Zoom for tomorrow? Because she's had something. She's sleeping. She hasn't gotten up yet, or like she can't find her laptop charger, so she can't turn it on. Like this. I know that there was a million moments like that we didn't see. And so that would have humanized him. And I don't think we would have hated him nearly as much. I think his moments would have been obviously so much more understandable or just lessened. So that's where I'm at with Lindsay is that she does have a whole other life. She has brought us this show. We were begging for this show to happen. If you think that there was a shot in hell that it was going to get on the air without Kyle and Lindsay, you are high. So.
And also think about what this season, just in these 3 short episodes, we've gotten 3 good episodes of television. So much so because of Lindsay.
Yeah.
Like, what would the show be without her? Because Amanda certainly is not carrying a show.
She
and
said,
Kyle needs someone else.
Yes.
Poor Kyle's getting the snot kicked out of him with his little heart.
Yeah. And Kyle also, like as we saw last week where he goes to Danielle and says like, you know, she kind of thinks you're a good time girl or a guy or a boy crazy. Like that was a random thing to throw in there. That's work. That's Kyle being like, what's going on over here? What's going on? Okay, let me just drop this little bomb over here, and then I'm going to go get a drink and let Lindsay
this little bomb. Oh, hey, Danielle, I don't know if I told you, Lindsay thinks you're a slut.
Yeah.
And boy crazy. She mentioned the word slut.
I don't want to mention it. I don't want to mention the word slut, but
it's not
was
even like
said.
Lindsay called her a slut. Kyle straight up said she mentioned the word slut and said you were boy crazy. It's like, so Lindsay said slut one time?
yeah.
That's like, what, dude? She mentioned it.
Yeah.
Did she call Danielle a slut?
Yeah.
Oh, no. We were talking about some other hoes on the
Yeah.
okay.
And Kyle's going to do it again at the end of this episode. That it's like, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
But I think we should break.
I was just going to say, I think we should too, because we've got that juicy brunch scene to get into. And speaking of people coming to work, not on my bingo card, Lexi has shown up.
Bro, so poorly.
I don't care. She did something.
Oh,
Okay.
towards the end.
You
I thought you
wanna
meant at
call
brunch.
it
Yes,
that. That
I'm
was
just going to put it to you. Here's another
bullshit,
sports
and
analogy.
It was mean.
Outfield Abbiati over here was never expected to do anything when she was on her softball team. So if I caught a singular ball, they were like, oh my Corky, that was so good.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about Lexi right now.
Why were you playing softball?
Because my mom made me do everything. And like, you know, when you're a little kid, they take everyone on the team. It's like you have to try out.
Not when I was a kid.
When you were 6 years old and like 7?
No, that's a your age type shit.
Sorry,
we sent
Grandpa.
7-year-olds who sucked back home to get better.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
well,
it makes you sound young, so just take it.
thank you. Anyway, okay. Like, hype. I'm going to take that again. Like, hype, subscribe, tell a friend, and meet us over at part 2.
Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Bye. There's a song called Okay, Love You, Bye, and it always reminds me of Natalie. I should send it to you.
Mm-mm.